Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Deception 4, The Nightmare Princess. I have checked out Blood Ties before, so I was interested to see if they fixed any of the problems I had with Blood Ties, along with adding anything that would actually seem relevant because of the... Wow, the color reproduction on that painting is actually terrible in comparison to the real thing, but we'll get along with it. So, this is Deception 4's Extreme Legends style expansion. If you're familiar with how Dynasty Warriors works, since this is a Tecmo Koei game, or a Koei Tecmo game, whatever the bloody hell they're calling themselves now, it works about the same way. You have a brand new mode in the form of the Quest mode, or the Nightmare Princess mode, but you've also got the original content of the story mode still here, and you've also got the Deception Studio from the original game, and which allows you to do replays and make quests that you can upload and download to and from the internet. And you've also got free battles to do, free assignment of enemies and levels and stuff like that at the tutorial, and you can also come to the museum to check out your records. I've got about 2 hours on this version right now. I think that's all I need to really show off what the game's like. And you also got a lot of other individual records. You can check the enemy list for who you've taken out so far. And of course, there's leaderboards. Options. You can change the text language. Don't know why you would want to do that on the American version, but okay. Sound sliders. You got a lot of camera options. Screen for the reaction icons. And you can change the controls to a couple of specific types. Nothing too out of the ordinary. So, the story mode, I'm not going to go into, because while you can import your save file in this version of the game, you kind of can't actually import your story progress. All you can import is what traps, what abilities, and what costumes you've gotten so far. So you can't actually import your story progress, so I haven't actually put too much time in here. However, those of you who remember the last time I played the story mode, and I will not be playing a story mode stage, but those of you who remember the last time I played story mode in the Deception 4 Blood Ties video will have noted that my biggest complaint with the whole mode was that you had to do every chapter straight on. So you couldn't change your traps in between battles in any particular chapter, and you'd have to go through like 4 battles in a single chapter with the same traps. And if you got to the 4th battle and found that you couldn't actually get the enemy defeated with the traps you had, you were stuck and you had to start from the very beginning, only to have to go all the way through again and find out, oh god damn it, you've still not brought along the right traps. Fixed! They fixed it! They actually fixed it. I don't know if that was on purpose, I don't know if that was even because of me, but now they separated each of the battles in any particular chapter into individual battles. So while you can't like go and get a massive like chapter and battle select, you can only select a specific chapter and go through that chapter, you can still just go back and select what traps you might need for the upcoming battle, which is a ton better than what the previous game was. You've also got access to the missions from the previous game as well, but unfortunately I didn't progress through the story far enough in order to unlock those. But they're actually fairly similar to the quests. But, I mean, if you want more information on the story mode, go and watch my Deception 4 Blood Ties video, because that is basically nothing but the story mode and a couple of missions. And it'll also show off the Deception Studio, which, admittedly, I won't be doing as much in this one either, because, you know, we've got some time constraints going on here. But, nevertheless, it is actually a good patch on this story mode. So, now I'm going to go have a look at the quest mode. So, this is a split tree of quests, as you can see. And you've also got a lot of different paths to go down when you come up to this part of the tree. And there are a ton of quests to go to. There are 100 quests. And every one of these quests has 3 objectives in it. Or should I say 3 rewards, I'm sorry. There is 1 objective in every stage. So as we can see here, we've got defeat all enemies on this stage. So we have to do that, otherwise we fail. And down the bottom here, we also have rewards. So if we hit an enemy with the Blade of Judgment, we get the Pillory, which is a trap. If we hit an enemy with the Torturous Water Wheel, we get the Mallet, which is another trap. And there are quests that do require you to do things, and if you manage to pull them off, it will actually unlock a new path on the tree. So you can come back and get more quests that way by taking stuff you've earned from later quests, going back and using that to unlock more stuff. However, you might not even need to do that, but we'll actually go and have a look at one of these quests so we can actually understand why. So what we're going to do is we're going to change my Diabolica. Unlike the story mode in Deception 4 Blood Ties, all your traps and abilities are tied to unlocks on the quest tree. So you need to go through a specific quest in order to unlock specific traps and specific abilities. I think I'll stick with what I've got at the moment because it's actually a decent set, and I do like setting up chains with the swinging axes. And we've got abilities. Now, some of these are new, like the stomping and the kick ability. These are both brand new, but you've also got dash, which is also brand new. And it's actually kind of funny the way they say it in dialogue, because the lady's legs give her a power, which is a weird way of putting it, but I'll just laugh and move along. However, this one is the biggest thing about Deception 4 The Nightmare Princess. Charge 0. All traps can be activated instantly, but you get 0 arc, which means you can't get any high scores or anything. This ability is amazing. It is basically an easy mode difficulty crutch. And I fully admit that it's an easy mode difficulty crutch. With that said, it's one of the best things they could have added to this series. This is also available in the story mode, and I did go back and check Blood Ties, and it's not there. So they added this for the Nightmare Princess, and the idea is that it activates every trap instantly. So you can have an enemy against the wall and just constantly activate the same trap over and over again if you need to get through the stage. It is an easy mode crutch, but the fact that it's here is, well, let's just actually go and play the mode without it, and we'll just see how it is. So we can also come and check the enemy info, so we can see if he's resistant or invulnerable to anything at this point. If we press select, we can see all the different kinds of traps there are. And if you hit an enemy with all their weaknesses, you'll be able to break their armor, and once you've broken their armor, you'll be able to hit them with traps they're resistant or invulnerable to. This person doesn't actually have any armor on right now, so we'll just start the game. We can also come here and check the leaderboard. But also of note is that some missions have a replay example, so you can actually come here and check what you need to do in order to get a good amount of what you can do to actually clear the stage and get a good amount of points in the process, along with clearing a few of the objectives in the meantime. But anyway, I'm going to stop talking, and we're going to go into battle with this quest, and I can explain what Deception really is about. It's a bit weird they call it Deception, because it's not really that deceptive when you think about it. I liked the name Trapped better. But anyway, here we go. So you get a preview of the person, and you can also immediately go into the Devil's Eye mode, which is this, basically. It just shows you all the weaknesses and all that. So, here we are in Deception. We actually do have some direct attacks, but we can't really do that much damage. So the main idea with this is that we have to put down traps. And these traps can do hundreds of different things. There are 170 something traps in this game, so you've got a lot you can do. And along with that, you've also got stage traps that you can knock people into. And if you knock people into them, it'll do damage to them as well. So the idea is you want to be chaining the different traps together. So let's make a series of traps that, well, let's just make one trap first of all. So we've got the swinging axe. And it's charging, and once it's charged, we can activate it. However, I think I'll make this a combo. Whoops, I kind of missed that kick there. Ow. So, I was going to make it a combo, but anyway. Now we activate the trap, and we send her flying into the torturous water wheel. Splat. Admittedly, that's pretty great. However, let's make it more fun by putting down another swinging axe. And activating it, and completely missing. That was terrible. Let's move back here. And now should do it. Well, no, she didn't go up into the trap, but unfortunately, we still killed her though, and that means we do get to pass the mission. It is actually pretty easy to fail these missions, honestly. But yeah, at the end, you get a rank, you get your rewards, and then you get to move on to the next quest. So it isn't much like Deception 4 Blood Ties story mode. There is a story going on here, but it is pretty light on the ground. The idea is you are Valkyrie, the daughter of the devil, and you're trying to free your father or revive him or something. I can't remember exactly. You're trying to revive him via the use of human souls, which is what you're doing here by basically just killing all these poor people. Let's go and do another stage, shall we? And I'll see if I can actually get a decent combo going. But for the purpose of time, I'm going to actually activate the Charge Zero ability, because the Charge Zero ability is amazingly useful for demonstrating this game. So we're just going to head straight into the battle. And we'll see if we can get an actual chain of traps going, because that'll be fun. Fun, fun, fun. Alright, so we have 2 archers. Well, 1 archer and 1 swordsman, and they actually look quite powerful. Let's go and have a look at the enemy info. Okay, he's resistant to traps from the roof and boulders. And they're... bloody hell. Okay, so they're not actually that good. So I think the idea is we're going to want to try and get this annoying lady out of our way first. So we're going to set down a couple of these. And we can also set a pumpkin mask to fall on top of this switch. And that switch will actually activate the trap, but we actually screwed up on activating the trap. So this is actually a fairly simple example of a trap combo, but we also... Oh god, did I just kill myself? I did, didn't I? Nope, I'm still alive. But yep, we knocked her into a... Whoops. We knocked her into a stage trap and she got hurt and died because of it. Now, we have to kill this other guy, so let's see if we can make a trap based around the fact that he can't take anything from the ceiling. We've got an iron rake. So if we put this iron rake here, then use a springboard, we can knock him into this trap. But let's see, what else can we do? Can we do anything to hurt him while he's on his way in? I think the fireball... No, we can't actually put it there. That's a shame. We can put it down here, though. So if we put that there, then move the springboard and the rake. So this is basically the entirety of this game. It's planning your traps. Can't see him. Not good. Planning your traps so that you can get a good combo going. Springboard. In he goes. And you get humiliating points, elaborate points, arc, and damage based on... based on what different kinds of traps you use. Just fire a fireball. And sling him right back towards that. It's not like that was going to do much, but alright. And springboard him back in. Oh, that didn't work. We'll kick him then. Oh, that didn't really work either. Oh well, but you get the idea basically. It's going about setting up your traps and figuring out how to lure your enemies in without getting the absolute piss beaten out of you. Which admittedly is quite hard to do at times. Since enemies do tend to have varying... Oh god, I did just kill myself. Oh, fantastic. Let's play another battle. Thankfully, we can just jump in and out of these pretty much as we like. So, yeah, I really screwed up there. So let's go and hop into human hunting. Good lord, that's a lot of enemies to fight. Let's try Pursuit 2 instead. Finish off an enemy with a trap. Actually, we'll just go and do this one instead. So yeah, you are basically just gathering cells. Let's actually have a look at the replay example. Let's see what the AI can do with this one, because the AI is often actually pretty damn good at this, but the replay examples tend to have a bit of a problem with not exactly allowing you to get a really good angle on the traps that it puts down. It does let you pause and just have a look around with the camera here, but it's not exactly fantastic. So we'll just let the AI do this one for a while. Although it looks like it has the same tactics as me as I did on this level back on Blood Ties. She's just gonna launch them with the springboard directly into the lava pit. Or the, it's not a lava pit, it's more like a magma container, I guess. And they'll come out of the bottom like excreted crap, and they'll just die right there and then. So here come two more. Not entirely sure what she has planned right here. Oh, give him a good kick. Oh, I guess she's just drawing them up to the springboard. Well, it's simple. I'll give her that. We'll just get out of this replay now, because admittedly I was expecting something... I was expecting something a little bit more... What's the word I'm looking for? Extreme. So let's have a look at my traps, and we'll go in and we'll see just how well I can do with the tools available to me. We'll take out this swinging axe and the vase. That won't be necessary. How about... Cake in the face. We can even check more info about them. We can even make this flammable. So if we take along the nerve gas, and then we bring along a blast bomb, then we could turn that into a flame trap. So let's do that. We'll see if we can pull that off. And then we can launch him into the lava pit, and we'll see. So, with all this trapping going on, and all this... What was the... God damn it, I lost my train of thought. I'm so sorry. Let's see what I can do. So... Huh. It's got to be wall applied, you kidding? Alright, we'll put it down here instead. We'll just have a little bit of fun with it. And we'll put the blast bomb here as well. And then we will... I think I'll put a swinging axe about here, because I think that's where I'll end up. Give that a shot. So, with all this trapping going on, I'm actually liking this a lot more than I did the first game. I'm not entirely sure of why that is. They actually landed all the way down there. Oh god, I fell in. Oh, this is just pathetic on my part. That was a decent idea for a trap, however, we take that swinging axe from earlier, put it down here instead. We can chain that. So you might be wondering, why am I enjoying this more than last time? Well, for one, this little system here where you can go and do like 1 or 2 battles at a time, and then just, you know, quit out and then come back when you want to do 1 or 2 more. Oh, look, another stage trap. I wonder what it does. We'll just wait for him to get something like that. We'll kick him to stun him, and we'll just let him go into the... Oh, God, why? Oh, God, I did it again. So I did get some parts for the constructing your own battle stuff there, but that was just a bit silly on my part. Let's get out of that. I'm probably gonna die again, but I hope this is at least a decent demonstration of what this game's about. So why am I doing this a bit more? Well, having the singular battles, especially in one case, in the new case I should say, where the story mode battles now allow you to do something a little less ridiculous by playing the battles one by one and letting you change out your traps every battle instead of having to do the entire chapter with just one set. That and this new quest mode, which allows a new level of progression and gives you, hey, come back here. Okay, good. Now, choke on it. And get blown to hell. And axe. Oh. Apparently they all ended up over there now. Great. Let's just... Alright, better idea. We'll just blast bomb down there because thankfully, again, while we've got that ability active, I should just move it from here. While we've got that ability active, all my traps charge instantly, so we can just do this. And completely and utterly miss. And completely and utterly miss again. Come here. Alright, never mind. Let's do something a little different. Springboard. And we'll rule. Bye. It's just more fun because you have a lot more opportunities. Instead of having to do the same bloody story levels over and over again, you have plenty of time and plenty of opportunities to figure out just what the bloody hell sort of traps you're going to need in order to successfully manipulate the levels. And now that you can do that, the game's a whole lot more fun for it. The AI is actually pretty smart. It knows when you're going to try and trick it. Or at least at times it does. So it gets kind of annoying having to lead them into something. But that doesn't mean we can't trick them just right back. Do I have anything else? Got a bear trap. That'll do. I'll stick one of them in the bear trap. And then roll the boulder down on both of them. There we go. So when you've got more opportunities to play around with the... Oh god, why? When you've got more opportunities to play around with the levels and figure out just what the bloom and hell you're going to be trying to do, the game's a whole lot more better for it. And with the new quest mode being just a bunch of interconnected levels, you have plenty of time to figure out just how you're going to do things, and you've also got lots of ways to unlock things, and there's plenty of... If you're going for the high scores on any particular level, I hate these people because they can heal. If you're going for the high scores on any particular level, then you're more than welcome to just sit back, relax, and just take it at your own pace. You want to go through these levels, or you just want to cheat your way through a level because it's annoyingly... let me try it again. Because it's really, really goddamn annoying trying to beat one particular level. You can do that. You want to be going for the high scores. You want to take no abilities. You want to take no traps. You want to try and... Well, not no traps, but you want to take a low amount of traps. You can do that too. It's all just a lot easier than it was in the previous game to actually get into. Now let's blow this up. Figure out where she's going to land. And we'll put a springboard in. And a swinging axe. So that we can just do more damage, because why not? So if you just want to screw around with infinite traps and be like... Just do ridiculous levels of crap like this, you can. And that's the best thing about it, because it's just... You can just do whatever the damn hell you like. And it's great, just thanks to that one little implementation of... Come on. Oh, I hate you so much. I'll just kick you in the face because I feel like it. You're just capable of screwing around with the levels, finding the best... Oh god, that's not good. Finding the best outcome because... That's just the way they've made the game now. They've given you the tools you need to piss around and find out what you really want to do with the game. And that makes the game so much more better. And I'm out of time. We'll go and do one more battle and then we'll call this video off. But with the Charge Zero, with the being able to go back in story mode, with all the unlocks and stuff to encourage you to replay and try and find out cooler ways to do things, with all of that being as it is, we'll do a battle with an actual, with another trapper, which is a little bit strange because they run around a bit and you need to try and convince them to do something a little more clever. With all these things at your disposal now to let you figure out how you want to play Deception, it's a lot better than being restricted to just the story mode and the standalone missions, and then there's just the free mode. But now that you're not absolutely restricted to the free mode in order to actually get stuff done, it is a ton better. A lot more enjoyable. And I'm enjoying it a whole lot more. Let's see if we can do something a little more interesting with this. So, we're going to have to try and kick her for one. So, first thing I want to do is I want to put something there that'll trap her. So, we'll put a bear trap in there. Then we'll have a pumpkin mask drop on top of her. Then we will have a swinging axe come in and knock her over there. Then we'll catch her with a boulder. And then we'll hit her with a fireball from the side of the wall like that, because why not? Alright, so come here. And with 170 something traps, there's a ton of variety going on. God damn it. I hate you. I'm just going to kick you in the face because I don't like you that much. Oh, I hate this. So you have everything you need to go and figure out the way the game's played and figure out your own favorite strategies. And with all those, with 170 something traps to work with, and a bunch of new levels, and of course the free mode, which lets you go and make your own quests, and come over here, for God's sake. There we go. Drop that down, hit her in the face with it, wait for her to get up, swing that in, drop the boulder, and completely missed the fireball, but we'll deal with that. It's just a whole lot more fun, really. They made the changes they needed, and now the game's a ton more fun than it... Well, I'm not going to say has any right to be, but at the same time, it is doing a lot better for itself, just being more open like this. So we'll just go have a quick look around at everything else that the game has. And then we'll call this video to an end. I just dropped my goddamn earbud. This is really getting annoying. But let's just go have a quick look around. So you got free battle. You unlock more stuff for this from the story mode. You can also get new characters which have different abilities, and you can choose what level you're gonna play on. Choose what enemies you want, and even customize them to a point. And you can also go and make yourself new enemies from here. And you can change their appearance and their parameters, and you can even automatically create a character, which is pretty much just something like that for some reason. Didn't mean to go to that. And you can even come and download quests that you've made well, not you've made, that other people have made and rated on the PlayStation Network. Unfortunately, there's not that many great quests, but we'll just go and have a look at the replays, because I actually have a replay here. So we'll just watch the replay, and then we will just end the video, because why not? What else can we do? This is actually a replay of one of the earlier levels, but I didn't actually mean to do this, but it just happened, so I'm kind of happy about it. Obviously, I didn't mean to get hurt. Originally, this was meant to knock the pillar over, but he got free of the trap early and got out from under the pillar, so I just knocked him through the pillar, kept the boulder on him, and just killed him with a bunch of organ spikes. Because that's a fun time. So yeah, just, you can even upload your replays and let people check them out. And you can have a ton of traps. You can have up to, like, what was it, 9 traps, I think? I'm not entirely sure, but yeah. So, with the addition of Nightmare Princess, the addition of the zero charge, and the changing of the story mode so that you didn't have to fight every single battle, and just the addition of a bunch more stuff, a bunch more traps, a bunch more enemies to fight, and just, of course, a bunch more levels. The game's got a lot more content, it's a lot less frustrating, and I fully recommend this version over Blood Ties by far. Those of you who are experienced with Blood Ties might not consider this to be worth as much, but for those of you who skipped out on Blood Ties because of my other videos saying that I didn't really like the way the difficulty took it, this fixes all of those problems and gives you plenty of time to screw around and find different ways to do things. So, I actually recommend this. Also, I just have to say that bloody Tecmo Koei's release schedule has been terrible lately. They released like 3 Vita games in 3 weeks. How do they expect people to keep up with this shit? I almost didn't. Well, that was a look at Deception 4: The Nightmare Princess. Well worth a look if you're new to the series. People who've played Blood Ties might be a little bit wary considering this is a full price $40 expansion, but nevertheless, still well worth looking at either way. This has been Blue Maxima. I'll see you all next time.